Oh, well, there is. I got my room back finally. I scattered about 2 tons of the scented powder, and while this little one had somehow hidden behind the guitars there, and behind one of the bricks inside the walk-in closet there that I have all my clothes. So, and as the natives say, we have full bellies, and our meat racks are full of strips of food, and the par flesh packets are also full of the foods, or full of bison meat and so on. I know they use those expressions and so on to say that they had their beef jerkies and their various smoked meats, but all of the old world cultures knew how to immediately start cutting and slicing and drying out and making small enough proportions at a time where you could smoke the meats and keep them in a semi-fresh state. And in that expression, our thighs were fat and our bellies were full, and so on. So anyway, we can tell that we have 3 new boxes of the very large cans of cat food. And in addition, we have 2 other smaller packets of or boxes of wet cat food. And we have a 5-gallon bucket that is completely full of the dry cat food. So we can afford to nibble, nibble, nibble. And then, so I got my room back. What I did was take the bricks that I had. The bricks were stacked over there underneath a white machine. The little boy helped me. I just stood on the outside of the frame and held the frame up for one side and then the other, and then the sides against the wall. And the little boy crawled around underneath, moving the bricks and then aligning them up and then leaning them, standing upright. So, and then we kind of jiggled everything around here and there, pushed and pulled and prodded, and got the all the small little things in place and aligned correctly, and the bed plop. It fell into place correctly, and the frame didn't fall apart. All my green chalkboard and the white boards and the papers you see over in the corner is what I use to lay my cloth on. I have a few set markings for 90-degree angles, 45 and 60 degrees. Just like the professionals, I still have to carve out some of those cardboard or some heavy, stiff stock board for the various machete-looking, curved sword-looking rulers and tracing forms. I can do those by hand. But anyway, so I got my bedding. I now sleep north and south. And so the bricks were standing right there on the... Before I brought in that desk, we went over to the school recently, summertime, and the only thing they had that was salvageable was this hard desk. This is a student's desk. 4 legs. 4 legs, you can slide a little student in there. Our little or our little alien, Talia, Talia, and her middle name starts with an N, so I call her a little alien. That's where those 6 bricks were standing. For a while, then my bed was low. Now my bed is almost waist high. My sister's painting had to be moved because the bed was raised, so. And it's very easy. I've got some little micro nails. I'm going to tack on the corners and then tie up some parachute cord, paracord, and then string it over that central little white bracket that's already installed. Or else I could nail 2 nails in some of the extruded or protruding or visible board on top of the brick, and then hang that picture up. Right now that picture is taking up some real estate of the dusk. The machine on the left is the most recent gift to us, and of course Dad bought Mom that electronic sewing machine, and I snapped that up real quick after I realized what it was. That's a luxury piece. Once you spend years of sewing, then you'll know how to operate some of these other things. Various boxes too, all stuffed with drawing junk, crafts junk. A couple of those little funny maroon bags or a black bag, a cute little kitty backpack or a girly backpack from the dollar store. That's already stuffed, still stuffed with the air foam cushioning. I hung on to a whole bunch of these things just to see what they would do. If you leave them alone, they're still inflated, the Air Plus bags. And some of them, they have a tab on the end. You can pop it open like a balloon and then inflate it. But you leave those alone for at least 2 years, they'll still be inflated. So, and then my dresser drawer there, stuffed with all kinds of junk. And of course, my big TV. And then my laptop. And the other laptop that you see down there, the screen on it is broken. The little boy stepped on the laptop up in Alaska when we were loading up stuff. 2 of 100 cards or so that a couple of the McLaughlin kids drew for us veterans, a couple of Veterans Day or veteran celebrations ago. And I went to one of the dinners and grabbed 2 of those off the table just because. Little Julio and Dimitri or somebody. Not everyone in any group cares to take a piece of paper or take a program flyer home or to even care about letters that they receive in the mail when they are overseas from strangers, and especially kids. But even when I was in Iraq, most recently, I would take some anonymous letters and send a quick thank you to them. So, or find them online and say thank you. Yep. So this is the small. Yep. Had this little thing from a Costco, $100 special from 2000. And of course, free berets. I asked for some clips or something to be sent because I didn't have any at the time or lost them. And some people responded and sent a couple. Then I found another one so I could clip those onto the berets. When you got kids, they always pop things off and stuff and lose them. We found this little boy somewhere over by the school, about a block and a half away. He was laying there in the gutter all dirty and grimy and greasy, so we brought him home. Some more sewing junk and some more cloth and some stuff already pre-cut, just ready to sew, except I'm not ready to make those devices. Some little medicine pack full of some Pomeranian. When you brush off your Pomeranian, Mom gave me these Moccasins. This is a left foot. Because as you're looking at it in the hand, it looks like a left foot. So, and when you're wearing it, the little leaf goes down and goes out to the left, and the leaf goes down and out to the right. So, right foot, left foot. These are very comfortable, and you can line them with anything you want. The stereotype checkerboard, brawny man, paper towel, checkerboard red and black cloth, flannel, stereotype color, or any type of thick flannel of some kind. And this is blue flannel. So I don't know the author, or I don't know the maker of these, but they are sure comfortable. And some extras. Stationery and old tool stuff. Little tiny cutting knives and cutting tools, and a couple of knives and hand-me-down or something. I always store stuff in boxes. So this could be a speeder board for you people who are into some type of physical therapy, or you are into that bracket that goes onto the headboard, or I want to say the shoulder board, but the headboards of the massage therapy, or the chiropractor, bone setting people. One of their chairs or one of their tables, you put your head in there as you are face up or face down. But you put two of these together and you have to assemble the spring brackets in really close. And then you position yourself over the table. And if you did CPR or have ever done CPR, you do various hand positions as bone setter practitioner or chiropractor student practitioner. Both hands, and then pop. You just barely within an indentation of 4 quarters stacked up together, or 3 quarters, or even 8 quarters stacked up tall together. You do that amount of quick pressing, and that's supposed to translate into a chiropractor actually pressing down real quickly on your back when you were laying on your stomach and so on. But this is part of one of those chair devices. It was laying out in the garage here, and when I went to massage therapy program school, we briefly learned how to do some minor adjustments, so I still remember them. I need to lose a few inches of waistline, and then my pants will fit good. These old jeans I fit, and I think these black jeans can be taken apart. And I have 2 suit pants somewhere, and that's a big stack of clothes that is kept dry and safe above the floor. And I will sew everything. Because when I kept my pants and stuff for the last 2 years up in Alaska, then one of the village girls got into our house that we had some stuff stored into and started throwing junk out, and some of those junks was my clothes. That's a pair of dress slacks turned inside out, and it was stored with 3 or 4 nice dress shirts and ties. And these 2 dress slacks of mine had mouse holes eaten into the fabric. This dress shirt and a dark blue dress shirt underneath. Another one dark blue underneath, and then we have a third and fourth dress shirt, dark purple, dark maroonish type, and a really shiny blue shirt. These others are dollar store clothes and so on. But I had 2 or 3 suitcases all packed and ready, so that whenever I go up to Alaska again, I would be bringing just my stuff back. And here some mice got into the clothes. And then that one girl threw stuff out of her house or our house that we had stuff in. She's had turned meth head at the time, so she was looking for valuables. They ran off with an old flintlock musket black powder rifle that I had stored in my house. Sometimes I dislike people. Extra little cloth wraps of cloth that I bought over the 3 years here in South Dakota from Walmart. And a couple of smaller little fabrics or something, or a little tiny kid shirt or something. But it's soft material. I'm going to make some more hoodies and shirts for our little Pomeranian. And this is extra foam padding. Shane didn't want these. She had those in her room, so she gave these to me. That there's my star quilt. It's folded up nice and neat and washed and dried and folded good and sits up there on an old bag. One that I'm also cutting the false leather off of and using it here and there for something. And the heart and soul of me, Shane's left-hand guitar, the small one. My 2 cheap full-size hawk shop guitars that I have had over the years. But they need replacing. The nuts on the bridge need replacing. And then my violin. I had all this stuff more or less here and there. Upstairs on a table, it had 2 machines, a whole bunch of clothes or some fabric, and I had that box there and stuff similar, some more drawing pads and whatever, on the kitchen table. And I had a few essential oils and a burner up there. It was a burning oil and water, and I had a few of those pieces of paper with stuff, small projects I was doing, and most of those I never showed you guys. Never took a picture of it, never mentioned it. Didn't have to, don't have to, so you just keep yourself busy with whatever you're doing, wherever you are, so. Alright, see, here's the joke. These are actually 2 beings or 2 entities, and they're just happy. They're just happy to see you. They're so happy. They're just, see? Eyebrows, 2 eyes, could be upper lip or a mustache of some kind, and then the mouth. And they're just happy to see you. And they're laughing their asses off because they are. They are now Hunk Papa Lakota Moccasins, and they are living their best Hunk Papa Lakota lives. And they're just happy. So, see? That's the joke. I'll hold these still so you can do a screenshot of something like these. Always remember, you can always screenshot people's videos if they hold still enough. And so remember, this is the mouth. The mouth, and inside the mouth, and then the upper lip. And they're talking to you, and they're having a time of their lives. 20 minutes.